What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 2 Expert. Oh yeah, guys. So today what I wanted to do is I wanted to look at doing a little bit more with applied energistics. So off camera, I made some more of our drives here. In fact, I made 7 more of them. I got our furnace generator going with charcoal. Yep, I got a lot of charcoal blocks ready to go to feed this thing. And yeah, so I also grabbed spruce. Probably should keep some spruce saplings in here. And, oh, we got caps lock on. And bone meal, bone blocks, things like that. Yeah, so pretty much what I was doing is I was grabbing some of these spruce saplings. There's a taiga or spruce forest over this way just a little bit. I went over there and I grabbed some of those saplings. So yeah, we can grow the big 2x2 spruce tree like so. And then just vein mine it down. These trees can grow so big that the vein miner won't reach. We might, yeah, like that. We might end up just making ourselves a lumber axe. In packs where you have vein mine, it's really not a big deal most of the time. But yeah, these trees are just a little tall, so we might look at getting a lumber axe. Or another option is we could just increase the size of our ore excavation so we could reach up that tall. But anyway, the point is, with growing that one tree with the 2 saplings and like what, the 2 bone meal use, we can throw that into our ultimate furnace here, and then we get all sorts of charcoal out for the cost of 1/8 of a piece of coal. Or is that 1/9? I think they turn into 8 pieces. We can even just switch that over to tiny charcoal and get the same effect. So yeah, we basically have unlimited power for applied energistics just by doing 2x2 trees, right? Yeah, so I think that is a pretty good system that we got going on here. Oh no, I just shift clicked into there, rip everything. Whew, and we're back, guys. So that is a problem with extra utilities too, and a lot of the newer mod packs that I've played before, and I keep forgetting about it. So pretty much what the bug is, if you try and shift click anything into an extra utilities inventory that only has 1 inventory spot available or no spots available, you pretty much crash your game. Another bug, you can see there's 26 in here. We got partial stack. If I were to take like 16 of those and try and click it on here, they just get deleted. So you can't add to the stack, and if you shift click more than what that stack can handle, you crash your game. So pretty much what we need to do is to get ourselves a hopper to kind of idiot-proof it, quote unquote. It's not really idiot-proofing, it's to like get away from this bug. So what is the recipe for hopper? I can't remember what that is. Okay, so we need iron plates or aluminum plates. How are we doing on aluminum? I guess we'll just do iron. We have plenty of iron. I just smelted up a bunch of this earlier, so I know we have it. And then we need a chest as well, right? Oops, not that many. Chest as well? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, we pretty much just need to go roll these out real quick, get ourselves 5 iron sheets. We can make ourselves a hopper and then put the charcoal into the hopper, which should avoid the whole process of us causing the issue, I hope. That'd really suck if the hopper tries to put items in there and it can't accept it and that crashes the game and you get into like a crash loop. Yeah, I don't think that's actually going to happen, but that would really, really, really suck. Anyway, so that's just one of those things you got to remember when you are messing around with extra utilities too, and at least this mod pack. So let's come over and we'll craft this up real quick, like so. All right, and then I'm going to move this guy. We'll move that up over on top of our furnace. We'll put the hopper on top of this thing, I think. So hopper right here. And we'll put the chest over here. I don't want items automatically being pulled out of the chest and put into that hopper. Okay, so let's grab this charcoal. We'll put it into here. That should feed into this thing, and that seems to work just fine. I will grab, yeah, let's do that much. I'll grab a little bit more charcoal and fill up our hopper here, just so we have plenty of fuel going forward. Okay, so we should be good on this. I'm just gonna make sure this thing doesn't like crash on us. Okay, I think we're good. We should be okay for our applied energistics running for a little while longer now. Anyway, I would like to upgrade our terminal here to a ME crafting terminal. So in order to make an ME crafting terminal, we have to get ourselves a calculation processor. So that is going to require us to make pure certus quartz crystal. Now we could have avoided this step earlier had I chosen pure certus quartz as one of the earlier applied Energistics rewards, but you know what? It's fine. We have to do this anyway. So we can make certus quartz seed and drop it into water, and then I'll eventually turn to pure certus quartz crystal. I don't know how long it takes in this mod pack for that to happen. Let's see. Maybe it's a reasonable speed. I doubt it. It seems like most mod packs that I play, especially ones that are set up in an expert mode way, take like 18 hours real time for that to change. Not 18 in-game hours, like real life hours. So let's take this thing and just drop it into the water, and we'll leave it in there for a few minutes and just kind of see where we're at. I'm gonna stick it right here next to our solars. Don't think our magnet's gonna pick that up, so it should be okay just leaving that there. Okay, so pretty much the way to speed that up in order to get faster speed on the growth, we need to make ourselves a crystal growth accelerator. So you can place those around a source block of water, and that'll speed up the seed growth. Probably you want 4 of those. You can do 5 if you place one underneath the water source block. I think you can do 6 if you have some way of warping the items in there and warping the items out. There's also the crystal growth chamber from AE2 stuff, which requires 6 crystal growth accelerators in the recipe, and you don't have to worry about dropping items into water anymore. They go into this inventory, and this will craft them way faster than doing it through the regular accelerator method. So this is pretty much what we want to go to. That also requires a hopper, so I'll have to make another one of those. But these crystal growth accelerators do require Fluix blocks. So that is a decent amount of Fluix. I think that's going to be 24 Fluix in total. Plus we're going to need ME glass cable Fluix as well. So that's a quartz fiber plus more Fluix crystals. I think if we make half a stack of Fluix, we should be pretty well where we need it to be. So if we're going to do that, I probably want to take this charger and automate this in some fashion. We're going to need a lot of charged certus quartz, and we don't have any at all. So let's look at making 2 more hoppers. So I'll grab, well, you know what? Let's look at making, okay. I heard that sounds like, what is that? I guess that's one of those weird animals outside. No, not macerator. Let's take these guys and we'll make 3 hoppers. We'll have 1 for the input, 1 for the output of the charged certus, and I think we needed 1 more for the crystal growth accelerator, right? So we'll do that. How are we doing on the quartz fiber? We have 8 of those, so we should be good. Anything else that we needed that's gonna take a little bit of time? I guess quartz glass. So that means we need some nether quartz. We have a little bit of that. How are we doing on glass? We don't have a lot. Sand, we have plenty. We'll make a stack of glass real quick, then we can mix that with the quartz. Let's do this, and then we can make ourselves a little bit more of that quartz glass, which we are definitely gonna need. That should be plenty, I would imagine. Okay, we can place all that stuff back in there. All right, well, I'll go ahead and wait for, actually, you know what? I think this should be about done by now, yeah? How are we doing? It's about done. Let's make 2 hoppers. Let's get this thing automated, and then I'll do the rest of this stuff off camera, since we are gonna have to wait for those quartz crystals to charge up a little bit. So we need 2 chests. All right, there's a chest. Then we turn those into the hoppers. Very good. And then we place 1 here, 1 here. Actually, I don't think that is correct now that I'm looking at it. I think, I don't know, can we, let's grab like a piece of cobblestone or stone, whatever. Can I place this on its side? I think you have to do that. Okay, it doesn't place on its side, so we have to get ourselves some type of a wrench. Do we have a hammer? Actually, you know what? That should work just fine. The engineer's hammer, I think. There we go. It's doing the thing. Well, I mean, it's turning and it's doing the thing, but that's not exactly how I want it. Let's try it this way. Grab this guy, place it this direction, and then turn it. You have to shift click it, by the way, for that to work. That should be fine. Okay, so we'll grab it like that. We need to power that, so we'll use our clockwork engine. And I do believe it has to be powered through like the top or the bottom of the block, the normal top and bottom of it. So that's pretty much all we need to do. So the top hopper is just going to get the certus quartz crystal. And we'll just throw those in there. It should pop one in here, and as soon as that thing charges, it should end up in the bottom hopper down here. We really only needed to do like 16 of those, so I'll probably just do a decent amount, and then I'll come back and, you know, clean up the rest, or I guess take the rest out. I don't think we really need to do 64 of those. We don't have like a whole lot. You know what? I'll take half a stack back just so we don't do quite so many accidentally. Anyway, let's wait for the rest of this stuff to charge up, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so our 16th one just finished there, so we should be able to do half a stack of Fluix. Let's come over here real quick. Oh, I guess our magnet does pick up these. So that's been in there for however long we've been doing stuff, and it's only 1%. That is going super, super slow. So yeah, that's not gonna work. We definitely need to accelerate this, so let's make ourselves the quartz, and then we'll make the crystal growth chamber. Okay, or I guess the Fluix crystal. So we need 6 Fluix blocks. All right, so that leaves us with 8 Fluix crystals remaining. How much do we have any in the system? Oh, you know what? We had Fluix in here. Okay. Well, I guess we didn't have to wait on all of that stuff, but that's fine. We're going to use the Fluix anyway. It's not a big deal. We do need the Fluix cables, so let's grab, I guess I'll grab some of this pure Fluix, and then we'll grab the quartz fiber. All right. So we'll place that here and those like so. And we'll just make a few of these, like that many, half a stack. A little more than what we need, but that is fine as well. All right, so back into here, quartz glass. I think we have everything, unless we need more quartz glass. Oh, we need an iron. That is fine, iron. Okay, so how many of those? We can make all 6. Perfect. All right, we got a little bit of the glass cables left over, but everything else, oop. I made the advancement accelerator is an understatement. Awesome. So let's do, we have the hopper, we need a chest, we need a cable. Chest, and then a cable. All right, so we should have everything now for the crystal growth chamber. Oh yeah, there it is. So we're just gonna place that right here for now. That's gonna eat up a lot of power from the system. Our energy acceptor can only accept so much power. I guess our generator can only generate so much power. Yeah. So now that thing is full of power, we should be able to do this. Yeah, that is using a lot of power. Goodness. Okay. Well, you can see how quickly that is accelerating the growth. But while that is going, our system here is completely out of juice. Yeah, we need to do something about our power. That's for sure. I'll probably end up, let's see, what's the best way to do this? Maybe if we get ourselves an energy. Actually, let's put this back in here. What is it called? Applied energy thing, energy cell. Can we make one of those? So that's certus quartz plus some Fluix dust and a quartz glass. That'll store a little bit more power. I guess we gotta wait for this thing to fill up full of power, and then this will turn back on. So we need Fluix. Let's grab 4 of those. And this thing will just store extra AE power. So when the crystal growth accelerator needs some, it'll draw power off that, and the system won't shut down right away. So maybe this will be okay for us to do. We'll have to see. But yeah, having additional battery backup for when you need more power is definitely a good idea. So let's see. If we come over here, we just needed to grab, what was that? 4 more certus. I don't remember what the rest of that was. 1 quartz glass. Hey, we have exactly 1 remaining. Perfect. All right, so we'll make the energy cell. And this can go anywhere on the network. It does not use any channels. And that holds 400,000 RF. Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, I was gonna say the furnace. The furnace generator will just power this thing up, and then when that's fully powered, it'll gain a buffer over here, and then everything will have a lot more power available. But yeah, you can see right now how long that's going to take to charge up. So if we put this in here, our system doesn't shut off right away. It is using the additional power that's in this, which actually... What? I'm curious. Oh, because this is running off the power accelerator itself. Okay, so we need to move this. I was like, why is that not working like I think it should? Yeah, because this doesn't send network stuff. This is just providing power to the network here. This one would need to be right here so it can pull power from the battery. So now when we put that in there, it should be draining the power off this thing. Although this also is not. Why not? I'm very confused on how this is working. Maybe we need to put like a ME cable between them. Okay, let's try. Maybe if we move it right here so it's touching the network on this side. Still says sleeping. It still says 0 AE in there. And that's still not doing anything. That is very weird. I'm actually not entirely sure why that isn't working. It seems to me like it's touching the drive and the drive should be providing with power. It doesn't want to be work. It doesn't seem to want to work that way. No, it is still not accepting power. It's like this thing only accepts power directly off the energy acceptor. Does it accept straight RF power? Doesn't seem like that would connect if it did. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to play around with this for a little bit. Yeah, this is definitely acting in a weird way, a way that I would not expect it to work. Alright guys, so I still don't understand how this thing is working, but that's fine. It has power in it now, and we can throw that in there and it will work and do some stuff. But one thing I was just thinking about, this accepts speed upgrades. I feel like we should put some speed upgrades into this thing, at least 1 or 2, to try and get this to generate power faster, right? So in order to do that, we need the resonator. Let's place this thing down once again. And then we need, let's take a look, speed upgrades. That requires weighted pressure plate, which is just gold. So let's grab some gold here. And we're going to do, I think, let's do 4 of them. Because they stack to 4 until you upgrade them to the higher tiers. But yeah, these only stack to 4. Let's place those in there. They will go ahead and turn into the upgrade base. Right, so redstone and then gold ingot. So we need 4 more gold and then 4 redstone blocks. Easy. All right, so we have that. So we can take these things, place them in here, and make ourselves an upgrade. And if we place that in here, what does this do? We are generating 80 RF per tick. Okay, but that also halves the amount of time that this thing generates power. Okay, so that's something we know. Now, the other thing I don't know, does it delete these items when I stack them on top? It doesn't. Okay, so it's smarter than that. So we are now making 160 RF per tick off this thing. So that should be powering things a little bit better than what we were doing before. Yeah, that's not bad. All right, let's make our final one here. And we'll place that like so. And now we're making 200 RF per tick. So that should definitely get this thing powered all the way up pretty quickly. And then we won't have to worry about running this generator all the time. So yeah, it's down to 4 seconds now per piece of coal. Yeah, it's definitely chewing through this stuff a little bit faster now than what it was before, but I think we're going to be better off this way. All right, so we have a decent way of generating power now, and we basically have an unlimited supply of that power, and then we can take the wood that we get and easily convert it into the burnable substance for next to nothing, right? Yeah, I think we're going to be doing really, really well here. That thing is just about full. Okay, so now that we have all of this stuff done, we have ourselves the pure certus quartz crystal. We need to put this over in this guy and get this thing charged up one more time. It's about time that we look at getting ourselves way better power and like power cables to run everything, right? It's definitely something that we need to do. So we need the press for, which one is it? That would be the calculation press. And then we're also going to need the silicon one as well. Do we have any silicon? Oh, we have a little bit. Okay, let's grab that. So we need to do the silicon like so. That'll turn into the pressed one, or the stamped silicon. We need to get redstone so we can turn that into a circuit. Okay, so there's that guy, and we place that right there, and I'm just gonna do one of these things. We could do two. Let's just do the one, just do what we need here. All right, so we can place that guy here, that one there, and that one there, and that will complete the upgrade. Well, at least the calculation thing. So let's get rid of this other search. We only need the crafting terminal. All right. So yeah, it was just a workbench, crafting table, plus the calculation, and our current ME terminal. So let's grab enough wood to make a crafting terminal, or a crafting table. We already have one. Perfect. So that's full. We need some kind of a wrench to take this off. I don't think I can use a hammer on this thing to remove it. You know, I just did a shift click on there, and did that... Is the game crashed again? I think the game is crashed again. Oh, no, it came back. It did like... It didn't like that, but it did come back. Okay. Hammer. Can we make ourselves the crescent hammer? So that's 10 and 3 iron. 10 ingot. We'll use one of those. And iron. Okay. So 1 tin, 3 iron. There it is. Now we can shift click that off there, and that's what we wanted to see. That plus this plus that makes ourselves an ME crafting terminal. And there we go. Awesome. So now we can take the stuff that's in our applied energistics and just craft with it without having to put it down in this crafting bench all the time. That is so much better. So I like sorting by number of items, and I like sorting by auto search keep. So when you search for quartz, for instance, and you click off there and come back, you're still searching for quartz, and if you want to type something immediately, search for like redstone, it's already selected. Yep, that's the way I like having this thing set up. Okay, well, I think we are pretty much good at this point. Yeah, and that's going a lot slower too. So we're not just wasting the coal at 4 seconds per piece of coal. Yeah, that's really awesome. Okay, so now that we have this done, it looks like we should be able to move on to something else. All right, guys, so we were talking about wanting to move power around and power other things so we don't have to keep pulling out our clockwork engine to power this guy and so on and so forth, right? So I was looking in the gate section here. Oh, you know what? We did unlock astral sorcery. That reminds me. Over here, we had a lake coming up right to the edge of the base, and I filled that all in and tried to make it look as good as possible. Yeah, this was a big sandy patch that I had vein mined out earlier on, and there was a big hole here where water was kind of like flowing and stuff. So I got that all filled in, and then also over here as well, that was kind of dug out, and I have since fixed that off camera. But anyway, in here where the sand was some aquamarine sand. I can't remember the name of the block. I think it might just be that. But as soon as I broke it, I collected the aquamarine, and then we completed that quest. So we have another gate unlocked. We are now able to do the astral sorcery section. So let's claim this. It's either one or the other, marble or the aquamarine. Or actually, does it give me both? I guess it's an item reward, so we get both of these. It's not a choice. So we'll just claim that. All right, so we get a little bit extra stuff. That is very good. We'll use that later. We're not going to do astral sorcery today. But yeah, I was looking in the gate section here, and it says gate pipes. I was like, huh, what's this? It says there is no pipe chapter, but completing this quest grants access to XNet, which in turn grants access to thermal dynamics. Now, I've never really used XNet before, but I was looking at like flux duct, like the leadstone one. And yeah, sure enough, we need some kind of network cable from XNet in order to make these guys. Now this doesn't transfer, well, I guess that transfers more than I thought it was. 2,000 RF, that's not bad. 8,000, 18, 32, 50,000, and these are infinite. Okay, you know what? 2,000 RF per tick is gonna get us by for a lot of different things, to be honest. So we just need to make ourselves some of these network cables. So let's take a look at the quest. Did it need a specific one or any of these cables? It says network cable. It doesn't specify the color. So if we do XNet network cable, we have blue, red, yellow, green, and then the routing one. So I guess we'll just make blue. So in order to make 32 blue ones, we need a gold plate and then 4 lapis plates. So let's grab gold, and then we need, I assume, 4 lapis. Yeah, I don't really know for sure. I'm just going to imagine that we just put all this into our metal former over here. So gold plate, obviously, but I don't know the lapis if we have to like macerate that first, or is that just, that doesn't seem to want to go in here. So let's take a look at the recipe. That is, oh, we need a compactor. Do we have a compactor? We have a compressor. Is that working here? No, so that's another machine. Okay, what else? Oh, compressor. Okay, so if we had the lapis dust, we can put that in the compressor. Okay, so we do have to macerate this. Yeah, I wasn't sure, obviously. We can place that in the compressor, and that'll compress down into those plates. So once this is done macerating, I'm going to steal these overclockers and throw them in here so we can get this done in a more reasonable amount of time. All right, well, we're halfway done, 3/4 of the way done, and we're done. Awesome. Okay, so now we can come over here and make our XNet cables. There we go. There's our network cable. And quest complete. Pipes. You know what? This says blue network cable in the JEI, but when we crafted that, that just says network cable. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, so that completes that quest here. Gates, this one. This is a choice reward, so we can either do 2 XNet controllers, the base block for automation in XNet. We can do 64 blue network cables or 4 blue connectors. Yeah, I honestly don't know anything about XNet, so I'm not sure I want to choose anything. We know the network cables aren't that bad. That's like 2 gold and 8 lapis, right? So, and 8 redstone. So whatever, that's not really worth. What are the controllers? What are these things worth? This looks a little bit more expensive. Basic machine casing, some redstone comparators, some repeaters, nickel and bronze plates. I don't know. And I don't even know if we're going to be using XNet in this playthrough. And then blue connector. Place connector next to block or machine that should be connected to the network. Okay, what do connectors? Blue connector. That costs, for 2 of them, lapis dense gold plates, so that's 9 gold per, and then accepts any chest. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure which one's going to be the best one. Maybe the controllers, but you know what? I think we're going to hold off on that until it's more relevant to us. If we ever decide that we're going to do XNet, then we'll look at that and choose at that point. So we just need glass, those cables, and then redstone in order to make the flux ducts here. So I'll just unblockify a bunch of redstone. That should be fine. Then we do that. Okay, so there is 24, 36, 48 of the leadstone ones. That's perfectly acceptable, I think. So we need to run power cables somewhere. This guy, this inscriber, I do believe we can just put this over here now. This can just run off this power. I think that'll work just fine, right? Let's double check and make sure, because that other machine from AE2 stuff over here didn't seem to want to work correctly. Let's just make sure this works. So I place that in there. It says contains 0 RF, but this thing is still rocking, so it's doing something. Yeah, it's definitely grabbing power from somewhere. Yeah, okay, so that is working just fine. This guy right here, the charger, I think does the same thing. I think we can just have this guy. Let's get rid of these guys for now. I think we can have that just touching like so, and then we need to turn it. Let me grab our crescent hammer. Yeah, so that should be getting power directly off there. It says it contains power, so that should be working. Certus. Oh, we have some right here. So just make sure that refills when it charges. Yeah, it contains charge. To put the new one in there and immediately charges up. Perfect. So that works just the way we want that right now. And then, of course, we can place our hoppers back here should we choose to automate that once again. For now, we don't really need to do that. But yeah, the leadstone flux duct, I kind of feel like we want to move this generator somewhere else. Maybe we'll stick it over here and then run some flux ducts underneath to the energy acceptor. Don't break that one. That would be bad. We'll run some power cable underneath like so. We can put the furnace generator, well, we need somewhere where it can still accept from the hopper. Let's get rid of this, that's kind of in the way. And our torch. Place that right here and put the torch back so we can see what we're doing. The furnace generator. I guess we'll move that over here a little bit. Okay. Oh, I fall down that hole. So let's grab this. We'll grab that out of here, grab this out of here. Our applied energistics system should not turn off. Actually, you know, we can move this to right there. That'll be just fine. Then we can save on a little bit of this cable. All right, move this guy. So if we put our furnace generator right here, we can put the hopper on top of that. Put our speed upgrades in there and the coal back into this thing like so. So that should be powering up the flux duct, which should be giving this power and keeping this thing charged, which it looks like it is in fact doing. All right, that's really good. So now if we place the crystal growth chamber here, yep, that gets power right away from either the generator or the cabling down there. All right, I think we should be pretty well good now. That means we don't need this guy anymore, which is great. I'm really sick and tired of holding right click on charging that thing up. But, you know, right at the start, just to get initial power, it was definitely good. All right, so we can put that back in here. Cool. So now that we have power, that should be a lot easier for us to start hooking up other machines and progressing a little bit more. We really should look at some way to automate our charcoal production. I also saw in the forestry section, there's the fermenter and the biogas engine. So this is another alternative way for us to produce power. Yeah, I think if you take, well, I guess we could look at the fermenter. Look at the uses for here. So if we take the saplings that we're getting plus some kind of a juice, or I think you can use water, you get biomass, and that biomass you can put through the still to get ethanol, and the ethanol can go into a couple of different types of generators to produce power. So that is an alternative way for us to, you know, generate power going forward. So we might look at doing that sometime in the future, but I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here for today. Yep, we got a lot of stuff done. Definitely getting that power going is going to be very helpful. Getting the crafting terminal up and running, that's exceptionally helpful. That way we don't have to like search for the items, pull them all out, craft whatever it is. It's just all in there and we can do a lot of crafting. Yep, that's really good. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.